Hello again, everybody. This is Mr. Everything, and I'm coming at you with another Star Citizen live stream. It's now around 12:35, 12:40, something like that. 12:35, yeah. And I'm up, and I am streaming, and I don't know what I want to do. I'll probably... Oh, wait, I forgot to open up my Discord. Give me a moment. Just finished streaming some XCOM. And now I'm streaming some Star Citizen. And over the next few days, throughout the day and night, I will be streaming a variety of other games. I think I might stream some Steel Division Normandy 44 as well. But tonight we're just going to do some Star Citizen. I'm going to jump into... I am broadcasting sound, right? Yeah. Okay. I am going to jump into looking for a team. If anybody wanted to jump in here with me, they're more than welcome to. But I'm going to just tool around the universe. There's a few things that I kind of wanted to talk about in Star Citizen. It's about the community. I don't know. There are some individuals in the community that really push my buttons. I don't know what it is about these individuals, but there's a few of them out there that talk about how bad Star Citizen is, and I don't see that. I don't. Or not, let me back that up. Not Star Citizen. How bad CIG is and Chris Roberts, and I don't see that. I see a company trying to develop a game, taking what money they have and putting it towards production of the game to the best of their ability, and there is some mistakes are made. Sure. That happens. Everybody makes mistakes. I don't hold that against anybody. And some people have a desire to present their product in a certain way. Of course, that's fine. That's CIG's prerogative. If they want to have limited sales, sure. If they want to hype their game to a point where, you know, through limited run ships or sneak peeks or withholding information to Squadron 42, or that's their prerogative. That's them. If you don't want to back that, or if you don't want to support them, then that's your prerogative, you know. And so don't bash them because they're doing what they want to do. And that's what. Let me just say, there's a guy out there that says there's so many people jumping ship because they're not getting what they were promised. You are getting what you were promised. When I started backing this, which was quite a while ago, 2014, 2013, end of 13, beginning of 14, something like that. What I remember, or what I heard, it might not have been what they said, but what I heard was I'm going to be getting an MMO. I'm going to be getting an open world sandbox experience in space. And that's what I'm getting. I heard everything is going to be super graphically intensive. You know, it's going to be very immersive. It's going to be first person. There's going to be a lot to it. There's going to be AI. There's going to be mining. There's going to be exploration. There's going to be first person shooter. There's going to be space sim. There's going to be pirating. There's going to be cargo transporting. I heard this way back in 2013, 2014. And people are just now coming out and saying, well, the game's developing into something that I didn't back. Well, you're an idiot. Because it's exactly what you're backing. This game is exactly what they said it was going to be, or at least they're trying to make it exactly what they said they were going to be. And everything that they're shooting for and everything they're adding, especially to 3.0, is exactly what they want the game to be and what I want the game to be. So I don't have any problems with it. Okay. I want to mention this guy's name that I just recently watched a video from. And just to tell you, just to shed some light on people's personalities, just in general. So I'm not going to target this one guy, but his name is something that does not instill confidence in his decisions, if that makes sense. Okay, if you're online and you have an online name and you have an online organization, or maybe you've got friends online, or maybe you just want to meet people online, or you game online, whatever. You don't name your character, or you don't adopt a persona with a name like, this is not what it was, I'm just going to make some names up, scumbag. You don't call yourself scumbag. You don't call yourself idiot. You don't call yourself failure. You don't call yourself the guy that gets shot all the time. Maybe so. Maybe if you want to try to be funny, I get that. But you don't call yourself loser. That's not what you... The people that call themselves those types of names, this is psychological. This is my psychology classes coming out. If the person names himself that, or herself, they have very low, I'm not going to say low self-esteem, but they might have a complex, or they might believe that, or maybe they're just trying to be funny, okay? And people that name themselves to be funny, and here's another. This is the other half of that coin. If you name yourself a name that you want to be funny, you almost, in less of an extent, fall into the same category as someone that has low self-esteem, self-confidence in themselves. And so don't name yourself. If you're making a character in a game world, don't run around with your name like dirtbag or I don't know, failure. Okay, so this guy that I was watching his video, he had $8,000 worth of inventory in his hangar. Okay, I know there are people out there that have more than that in their hangar. I know that. But through his video, he talked about, and this was kind of, I got sucked into his video because I wanted to hear what this idiot had to say. That's bad, right? I think so. But he was saying things like he would shop on the black market, not the black, you know what I mean, the market where you can buy, like if someone buys a ship and they sell it on eBay, right? They sell, or some other underground auction site or website or whatever. And he was talking about how CIG was trying to crack down on this. And he was one of those guys that would sell on that site, or he would even buy on that site, those types of sites. and he recommended his viewers shop on those sites. Okay, well, I'm not saying that it's wrong to do that, but what I'm saying is it's wrong to do that. And I'm not meaning like he was an okay guy. He's the worst type of guy. Okay, and the reason why I say that, CIG is in business to make money. I mean, that is the only way a business can stay functioning, is if it makes money. Now, that might not be the goal of the company. The company's goal is to make this game, to make it last, to make it enjoyable. But to be able to do that, there are some things that have to fall into place. And one of them is they have to make money. I mean, you have to do that to be able to make this game. Okay. And he was saying, well, this company doesn't care about what I think. All they want to do is make money. That's not true. I think they do care about what their backers think, but they still have to make money. They have to do it. They have to make money. Okay. So he sold everything in his hangar, and now he has $0 of inventory, basically no ships. He says, I'm going to sell everything. I don't want to have anything to do with this game. First of all, how do you get $8,000 worth of ships and other equipment in your hangar, and then overnight you decide, I'm going to sell it all? I can see where you might sell an item here or there, or you might be dissatisfied with a certain type of ship. Like you might get a Hornet and say, man, this Hornet sucks. But this is where I say that he's the worst type of person, because by selling it, he's impacting a sale from CIG. And by impacting the sale from CIG, he's actually taking money from them. I used to own my own business, right? I used to own a game store. And I would sell chips and drinks and little pizza snacks and stuff like that out of the back of the game store. If hypothetically, let's just imagine, and then I use this analogy a lot. Just imagine CIG was Burger King, right? It was, or McDonald's or Burger King. Just hypothetically, let's just say CIG was Burger King. And some guy on the street came into their store, their restaurant, and he had pizzas. And he would say, hey, I'm selling pizzas. Anybody want to buy a pizza? Okay, well, it is a different product, but you still don't do that. You don't bring... I mean, and you would just say, well, of course he doesn't do that. Of course. Well, this is exactly what this guy was doing. He was buying ships from CIG during their initial concept sales, let's say $50 for a ship. And then later, when that ship grew, or when it became more, and he would buy multiples of them, so he'd like have 10 freelancers or whatever. And then when the ship became bigger and the price went up to $100, he would get on the gray market and he would say, I've got this freelancer for sale for $30 under what CIG is selling it for. I'm selling it for $70. Anybody want to buy a freelancer? Because I'm getting out of the game or whatever. So what he just did was he took took those, and I'm just using this as an example. I don't know if these numbers are a fact, but he took the concept sale price and just on his own, not CIG, on his own, made a huge profit. And I feel like he was stealing money from CIG. That was... I would, if I was CIG and I watched that video, I would ban him from the game. I don't have that capability. I'm not that, that's not my prerogative, that's not my powers or anything. But now I understand that he's talking smack about CIG and he's quitting the game and all that stuff. And I'm glad. But it all stemmed from his name. His name was derogatory. It wasn't funny. It's not funny. Even though if it was funny, it would be pretty much the same thing. Because I don't want to see someone, when I'm in the game, I don't want to see a guy running by and his name is Bart Simpson. You know, I'm just using that. I don't want to see a Bart Simpson running across the screen. I don't want to see a Dick Balls. You know, I don't want to see a, you know, Jack Off running by. I don't want to see any of that. I don't want to see that. I also don't want to see a guy named Scumbag or I'm the worst player in the game. I don't want to see that either. Those people have no imagination, for one thing, and they're trying to be funny, but really they're just... I could not make a character like that. I could not make a character in a game where I wasn't trying to be serious. I don't mean to be, you know, I understand it's a game and you're just going to run around, you're going to have fun, you're going to play, and it's going to be right. But at a certain point, you want to be a little bit serious, right? You want to try to win. You want to try to have fun with your friends. You want to have a good interaction with new people. So like if you meet somebody and this guy walks up to me and his name is Dick Balls, I'm not going to take him seriously. I'm not going to friend him. You know what I'm saying? But if he names himself like John Smith, that's cool. I mean, I'm okay with that. If he names himself, you know, like Akira Kurosawa or something, or Kurosawa, something like that, I would be like, okay, this guy's cool because he kind of likes Japanese samurai and stuff like that. Okay, I'm cool with that. But if you name yourself like Failure or Scumbag, I'm just not going to befriend you. Sorry. All right, let's play some game. Now we got through all that bull, that crap. I want to have some fun. I want to go into the universe, and I kind of want to just hang out and talk to people. Hopefully, there's people online. If they are, they are. If they're not, they're not. Welcome to come watch the stream. I'm on both Twitch and YouTube right now. If you're watching from one or the other and you want to make a comment, make a comment. I'll do my best to try to answer or answer any of your comments. If I can. If I can't, I'll still try to respond to you. Sometimes I won't. Sometimes I'll overlook it, but I apologize for that. But we're just going to go on in and I'm going to fly around, maybe do some ICC missions, or maybe just fly around the asteroids or something. But yeah, I watched that video and I just had to make a comment. There was another video. See, I'm very, I don't know what the word I'm looking for is. I'm very opinionated, I guess, set in my ways or whatever. But I watched another video about, and it wasn't about Star Citizen. It was about Test Squadron and the Goon Squad and C2, an organization called C2, and all of these were in EVE Online. And how they had an interaction with each other and a story behind the organization leaders and stuff like that. And it was documented news, and there was even some video, some interviews of some of the like the Matani and stuff like that, and it dawned on me. It was kind of like a revelation that could very easily, what happened in that video, what happened in that instance, could very easily happen in Star Citizen. And then I thought about it, you know, after another split second. All those organizations, or at least two of them, that instituted or caused this thing to happen are in Star Citizen. So I was going to make a video about how that could very well be something that could affect you here in Star Citizen. But I don't know how I could make this video not sound, you know, I don't know, abrasive or abusive or something, because I didn't want to be that guy that just talked about negative stuff all the time. Even though I find myself doing that because it's so much easier to talk about negative stuff than positive stuff, you know. Even though there's a ton more positive stuff, in my opinion, going on here in this game. It's just that it's not fun to talk about. You know, you want, what do they say? You know, they say dirty laundry, man. You gotta talk about dirty laundry. That's how the song goes, right? What am I doing? I am... Max Corp or Core. Okay, here we go. Hello, everybody. How are you doing this evening? Question mark. Why is my front landing gear off the ground? What the heck? That's the first time the Saber's done that to me. What's going on here? Hi, Mr. Everything. Doing just fine. Thought I would offer my assistance to anybody that had any questions about SC. Pretending like I know what I'm talking about. Yep, all my missiles. Oh, I still have them. Okay, cool. I was afraid I didn't have any missiles or something. Why it was... Xylec. Okay, sounds like there are some heated interactions. Whatever. They're talking about starfitters now. I don't know what they're talking about. It's kind of fun watching the chat now because they're all hostile and throwing insults at each other.
Launch complete. Landing gear retracted.
Read out there just for a second. Okay, I don't know what these guys are all talking about, but I'm going to go do some ICC missions. Maybe they're in the middle of doing them as well, and they're shooting each other. Because public enemies love to hang out with the ICC probe.
Quantum travel initiated.
Reporting in. I'm the eyes behind all the ICC scan probes in the area. What these little guys see, I see. Which, yes, means I can totally see you. Right now.
Missile lock.
Anyway, there was actually a reason to why I commed. I'm sort of not allowed to leave my post.
Missile lock.
Jump point scanning and all. So, I was scans are saying something's there, but can't ID it.
Oh, he must be shooting me. Somebody's...
Shields recharging. Shields up. Missile locked.
Okay, we're locking up. Look at that. We just locked up. Oh my gosh. Really? Oh, you know what? I probably have Steam still running. Haha! Didn't even think of that. Yes, it is still running. Let me go ahead and get out of Steam. Because I was just playing XCOM. Oh my gosh. That's alright though. Set the universe. Let's hit Crusader. Let's go back. Yeah, I didn't disconnect from the game. I just disconnected from the server. Yeah, that guy was, he wasn't dogfighting. He was jousting. He would fly in, and then he'd fly out at 6,000 meters. Then he'd come back, shoot, and fly back out at 6,000 meters. So yeah, he was jousting. So you know what his weapons were? His weapons were probably single shot, super powerful, like maybe the Omni-Sky Mark 6, right? The Omni-Sky Mark 6 is a one-time shot thing, but it hits really hard. So like he'll fly in, boom, and then fly out. And then that's okay. That's a good strategy. That's in War Thunder, we would zoom and boom, right? You'd fly in, you'd hit, and you'd fly off. That's kind of what he's doing. They just call it jousting in Star Citizen. Well, yeah, of course he was doing that. But he was doing that before. He was doing that before I dropped any missiles. Yeah. And 6,000 meters, you don't need to go 6,000 meters to dodge a missile. And when it's 2.63 and you are a public enemy and you hang out at the ICC mission probe, what are you doing? What kind of life do you have if you just hang out at a location waiting for someone to fly by so you can shoot at them? Now, he didn't start shooting at me. I did start shooting at him. I'm going to give him that. I didn't. He didn't like initiate the combat. I did. But I did that because so many times in the past have griefers just flown around the ICC probe waiting for people to take the ICC mission, and then as soon as they do that, they follow them to the first mission where they can engage them at the same time all of these pirates are engaging, and that way you can basically attack because the most players are busy attacking the pirates, you know, so. Really? I've never seen that. I'm not saying it's not true, but I've actually never seen that. Gives people gameplay? What is going on? Computer. The mouse pointer, where are you at?
Unfortunately, our automated system is unable to access that ship at this time. We
I can't even
apologize for
move.
any inconvenience. Please try again later, or select a different ship.
The mouse isn't working? What the heck? Okay, I tab out and then landing pad B9 pops up on the screen. Okay. So I tab back in. And okay, there we go. Whoa, boy. What the heck was going on? Now I can understand. I can understand just hanging out there, being a public enemy, waiting for someone that's looking for, you know, you want to give somebody an opportunity. Hey, you want to give somebody an opportunity to get into a dogfight because you like dogfighting, and you want to give someone else who might also love dogfighting an opportunity to dogfight. I get that's fun. That's fine. Why is there an RSI Andromeda over there? I didn't spawn that, did I? Or maybe I did. It could very well be. Yeah, the server's optimization, desyncing, that all needs to be worked out. You know, it all needs to be worked out. That'll come. That'll come. Hopefully, it'll improve a little bit with 3.0, but probably not. Probably not until 3.1, when the improved server network is actually, see, like when, even like right there when the door opens, I see blackness for a second. It just doesn't load fast enough. What do they call it? Container streaming just isn't in the game yet. So once all that happens, it should be pretty good. We'll see. We'll see. I look forward to it. I don't think you'll ever get every bug out of any game. That's never going to happen. And when you have so many kilometers and miles and so many minor little single items that all can be interacted with in a universe, in a single instance, or in a single container, I think you're always going to have a little bit of that desync. I think it's always going to be there. But I don't know. I've never had anyone tell me that they... It's the first time. I've never had anybody tell me that they thought that missiles were teleporting.
Landing gear retracted.
And I'm not sure it's just Rattlers. I bet you every missile teleports a little bit. Technically, to be technically accurate, that's how all the ships, all the people, and all the missiles move, is by teleporting. You teleport every time. Like if my avatar is standing right here and I press the forward movement, my avatar is slowly teleported forward every pixel, whatever. So I'm constantly being teleported. You're just saying that it disappears here and reappears really far away, and there's no in-between travel, right? But the missile is doing the traveling. It's just you don't see it traveling. So technically that is teleporting, I guess. So yeah. Okay, I'll go along with that. Really? You think Rattlers put a stress on the server? I mean, I can see where it does put more stress than a normal single missile. I can see that. But I think the Starfarer puts more stress on the server than a Rattler missile. Sit still and then jump to the distance. I've never had that problem. Yeah, you think that's why I got booted? Could be. Firing my Rattlers. Yeah, I just think people that have low-end systems might see teleportation. And that was another thing. That gentleman that I was just going against, I don't even remember his name. I could care less what his name was. He seemed to be teleporting. His ship seemed to be teleporting on my screen. So what's fair is fair, right? Because I see when I see your... This is my interpretation. I got a guy targeted, and his angle of flight is this way, and then all of a sudden it jerks around, and then it goes over here and over there and over here. That tells me that he's dodging, sure, but why is that not a fluid motion of how his ship is flying? Why is it jerking around? Because I guess it's a desync issue. I can see that. So he was desyncing from me. Is it? Yeah. I wouldn't doubt it. I flew the Buccaneer when it was that free flight for the Buccaneer. I flew it in the Arena Commander, and I really liked it. I thought it was a good ship to fly, actually. It was fun. But I role play more than I care about the stats. I role play more than I care about numbers, like what's a better ship and what's not. I could care less. I don't care what's a better ship. I care about how it, like what's the background? Like why would I have a Buccaneer? Why would my character be in a Buccaneer? You know, I care about that more than I've got to get a Buccaneer because it's overpowered. You know what I'm saying? My character needs to be in a Saber because my squadron that I'm in is all Sabers. So we're the 1st Naval Aerospace Squadron. We're a Saber squadron. Yeah, I like the Saber. I lucked out when I bought the Saber. I was like, man, the Saber looks cool. The squadron uses a Saber. You know, I'm going to get me a Saber. And I got a Saber, and then I was like, man, this is a good ship. I'm glad I bought it. You know, it's one of those kind of deals. It's like form before function. That's me. I'm form before function. And we got it. It's supposed to be a stealth fighter, right? It's supposed to be a low-profile stealth fighter, and so that's why we picked them. And then now we're looking at it and we're like, man, it actually flies pretty good and pretty good shields. You know, pretty good firepower. Not great. I mean, Super Hornet's got way more firepower, but that's okay. That's not what we're about. We're not about being the best when it comes to our vehicles. We're more about being the best when it comes to doing with the pilots.
Hi, welcome to the neighborhood. Second-class junior cartographer Tessa Bannister reporting in.
Hey.
I'm the eyes behind all the ICC scan probes in the area. What these little guys see, I see.
I just can't wait for 3.0 because all the missions aren't going to be fighting missions. I'm not about fighting missions. I enjoy them. I enjoy a lot of fighting missions. But that's not what I want. That's not why I got into Star Citizen. I didn't get into Star Citizen so that I could dogfight.
So I was hoping you might be able to help me with something. If you have a second,
I got into Star Citizen because it's an MMO.
Scans are saying something's there, but can't ID it.
I'm more into the reason. I know I'm weird. There's a lot of people out there that all they care about is winning.
Quantum travel initiated.
See, my Twitch is buffering. Okay, hang on, I'm gonna refresh that screen. Why do I have multiple Twitches open? That might have something to do with it. I had multiple Twitches open. One FPS. What the hell? Okay, now I'm back up to 20. Yeah, Zeta 1, great, you, perfect. Hello everything, perfect. Yeah, in the early days, maybe a year ago, that's not early days, but I do remember them saying that certain missiles, and it was probably the Rattlers, in Arena Commander would cause all kinds of problems. And then they even took the Rattlers out of the game for a patch or two, if I remember right.
We ain't got any problems with you right now, but stick around.
That was a long time ago. I haven't seen that recently, though. But I haven't really paid attention to it either, so be honest.
Damn it! Why does everybody have to fight back?
Because they don't want to die. Look at that guy, he's just jumping around.
Big mistake.
Is it really? You're in a callus. I know what that means.
Missile lock.
Really?
You had your chance to run. You didn't.
Some of them had to have. Except.
You messed up now.
Did they not just say kill?
Hold still.
I am not holding still. How about you holding still?
Throwing down against nine tails is never a good idea. I'm gonna show you why.
Kill.
I feel like I'm real close to it. Madman Jester 25. Oh, the Star Trek? Yeah. I still have that installed on the computer, actually. That walkthrough was probably 2 years ago, wasn't it? Yeah, I stopped playing Star Trek probably about 6 months to a year ago. Put a little bit more effort into some other games at the time. Still have it installed, though. Okay, let's not damage the ship. Dang, what am I doing? And why is that beeping so fast?
Hey, Jenny, think you could head on back and whip us up a cup of something hot? I'm about to pass out.
Oh, cool.
Contact. Multiples. Let's see what the ridges say.
I mean, I don't know if the PS4 and the PC is any different. I'd assume it's pretty much the same. There's still another beeping craziness. I'm getting out of here.
Tessa here. Appreciate you looking into that scan for me. Between me and you, I had been hoping we might discover a new life form, like a sentient rock or something. But what you found was pretty neat too.
Aegis combat assist activated. Systems green. Proximity alert. Port. Proximity alert. Deck. Proximity alert. Starboard. Proximity alert. Head. Proximity alert. Aft. Proximity alert. Port. Proximity alert. Head.
Am I damaged? Doesn't look like I'm damaged. Unless I'm missing a wing. Let me do an external view. Yep. I'm not damaged. I'm pretty much damaged. Yeah, look at that. Not so good. Not so good. Okay, let's go get repaired.
Quantum travel initiated.
Oh yeah, hey, what's going on, man? You know, I tried adding you as a friend, and I looked you up, and I couldn't find you, Rattler. I found a ton of people called Rattler, and I didn't know which one you were, so I didn't throw an invite out there. Yeah, I was going to actually drop you an invite to our squadron, actually. That was the plan. That's why I was looking you up, actually.
Welcome to Cryastro Station. What can we do for you today? You're over 50% fuel capacity. Would you like to top off?
I would like to top off. But more importantly, I want a new wing.
Landing request approved. AP activated.
Let's fix you up.
Yes, please.
Stay on
Wing, it just popped in.
Restocking ammunition. Let's get you
Sexy
filled up.
looking ship. The original series Federation. Yeah, that's
You're
cool.
good to go. Thanks for choosing Cryastro.
I have the Constellation,
Fly safe.
actually. The Enterprise Constellation class. I have one of those. Actually had to pay real money for it.
Launch complete. Landing gear retracted.
Yeah, that might be fun. You said Rattler, you said you hadn't been able to find how to get back to that ship? I can show you how to get there pretty easily. I'm not really doing anything, so I'm just flying around. So let's go to Port
Quantum travel.
Olisar, because that'll be my starting position.
Travel complete.
Oh, sorry. And then you go over here and you look at Yella, like Yellowwood,
Quantum travel initiated.
and your ship automatically rights yourself, and then it takes off, and it goes to Yella from Port Olisar. And you got your plane of asteroids here going left and right. So you turn slightly to the left and drive. And drive and drive and drive. That's a big rock right there. Okay. So try to avoid hitting all the little big rocks and okay, now you should hear a beep. Beep, right? Means you're going in the right direction. And when you get close enough, it should appear on your radar, depending on if you get a good radar or not. See that just appeared? Target, okay. There it is. Okay, because it's got, let's do this. Let's do a Shift S. Nope, wrong one. How about Control S? Nope, not Control. I thought it was Shift S. Alt S? Ah, it's Alt. Okay. My bad. Let's go up a little bit. That way you can kind of see the whole in the lighting. You have the two starfarers right there. And all their wreckage in behind them. Get close enough and you can hear creaking of metal, but you shouldn't be able to hear anything in space. But you know how it is.
Landing gear deployed.
Why did I deploy landing gear? Well, for one thing, it brings my wings back. See how my wings go out? Wings come back, makes me a little tighter silhouette. Plus it slows you down, it puts you in precision mode. So you're not flying super fast. I think I just bumped into something. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna stop. I'm gonna bail. Exactly. Well, they can hear you if you got a radio. It's pretty intense right there. See if you can target practice. See, target practice. Now, this is what I find to be really, really cool. I don't have the scope up to my face, right? But look over on the right and you can see my scope and you can see what I'm looking at. in my scope. So, like the gas tank. And when I look at, I don't know, the back gangplank over here, well, the glare from the sun's bothering that. But that's cool, though. Pure and simple. It is cool. So let's say I want to look and see what that green thing was. You don't necessarily have to go, hey, let's pull it all the way up to my head. You can just... That's cool. Well, this has 0 magnification. I think that's cool. Wait, isn't it V? Nope, it's C. Okay. You know, I love that. But I do love the full auto. That's always cool too. So if you guys were curious about those data pads, go here, go to your journal. G. Walsh. Aviar Employee Data Pad. To Summer Davis. I think I figured it out. I was just on the bridge for the last few hours. Bored out of my mind, and it hit me like a lightning bolt. Had to sneak away so I could get this idea to you before I forgot it. What if at the end of the party scene we reveal that ship has a smuggler compartment that Hector didn't know about? So he had the magical relic on board the entire time. That's why the pirates don't want to damage the ship and destroy what's on board. Plus, it gives them a reason to board the ship and take care of blah blah blah. I gotta run. Cap keeps yelling for me to cover the comms. But get over the idea. Okay. Not that I know of. All the items are floating outside, and they're usually all rifles or guns of some kind. If there's something inside here, that would be cool. Oh, wait, there's another pad there. I don't remember seeing that one. Is that readable? What kind of ship is that? Is that an Idris? Thanks, Rattler. You have a good night. Don't let the bed bugs bite. Not in this derelict. There's 2 not fully intact ships. 2 derelicts wrecked, and if you go to the, you find all the data pads and you read them, it actually tells you or explains to you how everything got busted. Let's say they've updated it, because I don't remember seeing those 2 paths. Third one, it's just paths just floating everywhere. Hands off. What just happened? That's what just happened. Yes, there will be interactive NPCs. The NPCs will actually talk to you. They will interact based on what you say to them. It'll actually be vocal. You'll actually hear them talking. You'll actually also be able to talk to them if you have a webcam that takes... now, are they going to understand your voice? No. You'll have to pick from your what they call the inner thought system. It'll be basically a bunch of pop-ups that float around your head, and you decide, okay, I want to say this one. You click on it. But yeah, there's also reputations. So if you're a good guy, they'll talk to you in a certain way. If you're a bad guy, they'll talk to you in a certain way. All right, madman. You have a great day. Great night. Yeah, Night Spy. If you got any more questions, man, if you're not familiar with Star Citizen, feel free to ask. If you want, I could pull up a video where they kind of show that off. I'm kind of a little bit frustrated right now. I think the servers are having an issue tonight because this is the second time it's crashed on me. I remember back in the day when I could only play like 5 minutes at a time before it would crash. That was like 2 years ago. But it's come a long way. But when 3.0 comes out, the NPCs should be able to interact with you. And if you want, I'll be glad to show you... see if I can pull something up. Wait, I think I've even actually saved the video. Did I? Hold on. If not, it's no big deal. I just look it up. Oh, that's okay. It's okay. You gotta.
Several other shop items. Voice is fully diegetic. It's in the.
Okay, hang on.
Hang on.
I'm finding it. I know you might think this is pretty crazy, but bear with me. And I don't mind watching it again. I think it's I get a kick out of watching it sometimes too. So let's find where I get my monitor capture. There we go. All right. Back it up just a little bit.
Right.
Hopefully you can hear all that.
All right. Well, we're gonna switch to Glenn's partner to find Miles because Miles seems to be missing for us.
Glenn, are you down here?
There he is.
Hey, Glenn.
All right. Let's talk to Miles. Get our mission.
Glad you could make it. Grab a seat. From time to time,
jobs find their way to me that aren't orthodox requests. That's a better way to say that, but let's just say they aren't the kind of ops you can give to just anyone. They require a very specific type of person. Now, mutual friends have told me that you might be one of those precious few who are capable of completing a contract without question. If I'm wrong, we can leave it at that. Enjoy a drink in my spectacular company for a few minutes, and we'll part ways with the understanding that this meeting never happened.
His ice was moving in his glass.
If I'm right,
The water wasn't moving, though.
I might just have a gig that I could use you for.
Maybe it is moving. It's kind of shimmering.
So, again, user at the player
See, those are the...
interaction codes
That's
used for
your...
this again. So we can either be interested or not, but we're interested, obviously. Otherwise, there'll be a short demo.
One of the many services Eckhart Security provides is as independent investigators. Sometimes that means extracting black box data, pulling data pads from wrecks, or even looking for missing persons. Different day, different job. That's what my dad always said. Sending you the details.
All right. So he's going to send us details. Let's check out what the mission is. Retrieve black box. So, his mission, a government witness has been transported across the system to testify in the trial of major syndicate boss. When the transport was shot down, the lawyers want to prove that they were targeted by syndicate assassins, so they're paying good money to retrieve the black box, which recorded the crime. Unfortunately, it's highly likely that if the syndicate did organize the hit, they'll be sending some people to retrieve the black box to wipe the data, so you'll have to hurry. All right, it's a pretty hefty contract, so it's probably pretty risky. It's also, this is actually an example of a opposition mission where there'll be another group going.
This type of gameplay should be available in about 4 to 6 weeks.
Hey, you done?
That's an estimate.
Sorry about that. I had to talk to Eckhart.
Because that patch should be coming out real soon to the Evo Cadi, and then it should go to PTU, and then it should go to public.
Wait, you're a guy?
So.
Yeah, why not?
Now, you notice the face moving? And the lips?
What do you think of my look?
Okay, so hold on, guys. So one thing that we're going to show here, and this is a feature that we've put into the game. It's not going to be in 3.0, but it will be soon afterwards. 2 things. One, which is...
Just stare at me.
VoIP. And the other is what we call
That is a great smile.
Face over IP. So hold up, guys.
They can't hear him.
Anyway.
They keep going. They don't even hear him.
We have to get a black box.
Hey, guys, just pause for a second, please. Are you hearing me or not? All right, so hang on a sec. We'll just... Hang on. Guys, can you pause? Just pause for a second. Hold.
Right.
Okay, so... Sorry, we've got to coordinate because we have Melissa who's down in the basement as another player, and we have Glenn here. So, but we have what we call face over IP, which is a combination of diegetic voice over VoIP. So wherever we say, like, Melissa, can you back away talking, please?
This is the part that I was really excited about.
Right. So,
not so much the face, but the voice.
We have this mission. We got to get a black box. It's from Daymar. It shouldn't take too long, and I know the perfect pilot for it. Can you still hear me okay?
I can't hear you.
What was that?
I said speak up.
I still hear you.
Okay. So, now, Melissa, can you come forward talking and then go to Glenn's right?
Okay, well, we don't need to see all of that. So I'm going to fast forward a little bit.
To do this mission, I need to head to Grimhex. Actually, Yella. I left my ship there.
You can talk to people. So yes, you can use TeamSpeak or Discord or Mumble or something like that, but it won't be diegetic, and it also won't allow you to sort of talk to someone you meet in a bar or have all the channels set up diegetically for our game and universe. So, right. So here's an example of one of the additional shops in Levski.
Just up here.
Yes.
AI.
Like that. And if you notice, here's one other thing, is you can actually see in multiplayer everyone using their Moby Glass. So if she purchases whatever she's looking at, Melissa, this is over there.
You got it? Okay, I'm going to have a look at the back, see if there's other.
Oh, 60% off.
I'm gonna get
I didn't see that
some
before.
ammo.
Do that.
Of course, go for the big one.
Wow. You know it means business when it has a skull on it.
Yep. It's pure evil, which is perfect.
You're scary.
Okay, fast forwarding a little bit.
You finished back there?
Yep. Got some other stuff too.
Can't he buy it
John's
himself?
not expecting us for a little while.
Hi. Let me know if there's anything I can help you with.
What was that, Glenn? Sorry, I cut you off.
Oh no, I was just listening to the woman.
Oh, don't talk to them.
We get to the top lobby. We take the rover, and we drive it to John.
I wanted to do it.
This is Levski landing zone.
Hey, we're outside.
And those are NPCs walking around.
You see all that little AI wandering around here.
AI, yeah.
So let's go out. The garages are to the right. We can see Melissa's actually getting into one of the rovers. But let's just take a look.
I think
So
I'm
we're
just going to
outside.
get out and go
This
walking.
massive asteroid
And
field,
just
which
see
is
what I
really
can
quite,
find.
Great. So we've done a fair amount on the space landscaping in 3.0. So one other thing, Glenn, do you want to pull up your Moby?
Looks better than Grim Hex,
Look at the atmosphere
graphics-wise.
here. Glenn doesn't like it when I do that because this can be quite risky. He's died a few times when we did.
He's
one
going to take his helmet
press.
off just to show it off. We're going to skip that.
So, technology improvements we've done for the planetary tech. So in any one of these views, there'll be about 100,000 interest objects. So small rocks, big rocks, whatever. You call them stalagmites going up? I can never remember. I think it is stalagmites going up. But, you know, obviously if we were on something that was a little less arid, you know, it would be different kinds of ecosystems.
Yeah,
like,
absolutely.
Forests
Land
or
on them, get out, see what's going on.
grass plains or mountains or hills or oceans. But here we go.
My driving is impeccable.
There we go. All right, and here we come in. Here comes John in the Constellation. And it's not just a constellation, it's actually a Constellation Aquila. Up. John needs to, yeah. John, I think you need to line up a bit better. There you go.
Easy does it.
That's a big boy.
Alright, let me out here.
Maybe switch to, there you go. So here's John lowering the cargo bay for us.
Alright, Glenn. Nice and easy.
Looking good.
Really good.
First try.
Yeah, parking these things is quite the challenge.
A little too far forward? You might be.
You want John's view picture-in-picture, don't you, Paul?
That's good.
Yeah, I don't think he even moved back any. He went back and then rolled forward.
Cheers, mate.
I think he was in. I think he was good anyway. So if they raised him, he would have been
to the
alright.
view of Glenn. There you go.
I think the Ursa rover is pretty cool. Yeah, that's definitely pretty cool.
Welcome aboard.
Oh, that's what he said. You're dressed like a banana.
No problem. Always up for a job.
Okay, now they have an issue where they crash. The computer crashes. So I'm gonna let you see the takeoff, and then I'm gonna jump to where after it crashes, because they have to reload it. Which actually just shows you that they did this live. It wasn't recorded, which I think it's like a proof that it was actually working. If it's recorded, then you don't know how many times they had to try to do it, you know, or whatever. I think live is better. But one of the bugs was if you had Copilot sitting, it caused it to crash or something. Something like that. If the other seats were occupied, they figured it out. I don't know if they. I'm sure they fixed it. But.
All right, let's take off, guys.
Because they have no mass. They're made out of liftwood. They are taking off from a planetoid that has very little gravity. Looks really good. I'm going to be super excited to get my hands on it. I think I'm going to have an Aquila as a loaner. I have an Andromeda right now as a loaner. But I think I'm going to have the Aquila as a loaner because I have a Carrack and it's not in the game yet. But the Aquila is the reconnaissance. It's the
so, as you can see, Delamar's gotten a lot prettier since we showed it last year.
And that's the gas giant Crusader.
You get a bit more of a view of like the craters.
You see my mouse? Yeah. They're going to show a crater on the other side. I'll point it out to you with the mouse. As soon as they spin far enough.
I guess the pit's below.
It's over here somewhere. Come on, keep turning, keep turning. You can't see it yet. Where is it?
So Delamar is probably one of the smallest of the planetoids we have. It's probably about, I think it's about maybe
I'm trying to see the crater.
200 kilometers in diameter. So it's a lot smaller than the moons. So when we get to the moons, you'll sort of see the difference. But it's essentially a quite large asteroid. And,
where is it?
Just going to get far enough away from, and as you can see, the space landscaping's much better than it was in 2.6. If you want to look down, we see the big crater. Can you?
That one right
so
there.
There you go.
That crater right there.
The crater to that left, you can see in there. I think the entirety of Skyrim fits inside there. So this is one of our smallest little planetoids. Good. Wow.
Yeah, but the flight mechanics aren't completely optimized and figured out yet anyway. Yeah, they do give the big ships mass and engines a value on their thrust, and it will be affected by the weight and what you're carrying. Like if you have more cargo, it's going to be more sluggish.
So you can see Crusader actually off to the right.
That's just not all in the
Head
game.
up
Just
on Daymar.
Oh, they did it for me. They cut the crash out.
All right. Back in business.
Because that's where they crashed.
As you can see, by the way, Daymar is much larger than Delamar. I think it's
Probably not.
maybe 1,000.
But this is a fantasy. This is sci-fi, you know. Space worms living in asteroids. Who knows?
If this mission goes well, you want me to?
They would have craters, but not stalagmites. Okay, so just thinking of this. They took off of a planetoid, went into space, jumped using quantum to get to this moon, and now they're landing on the moon. Yeah, that's to me that's pretty impressive.
Okay, so what? Just don't have the brakes sit down until after they've jumped.
It gives you a real sense of altitude. This isn't safe. You don't think landing like this is good? Boom! No. Yeah, one of them comments saying, "Don't you think we're coming in a little steep?" He's like, "Nah, I got this." Okay, there you go. Yeah, they made a big comment about how inside the gravitational well of the moons and stuff like that, your ship shouldn't be able to just sit there and hover. They're working on it. All the mechanics, all the physics hasn't been put in yet, but they're working on it. Just being able to get there and land is going to be good enough for us right now. But they're saying that some of the ships have wings, like mine, like the Saber, and other ships have wings and stuff, and they'll fly better inside of atmospheres.
John, you need your license check it, mate. I think about a few days before you guys come along. Exactly.
I got the hiccups.
And just letting you know, they have the time to kill turned way down. So, later on in this demo, there's some fighting, and ships go boop, 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 boom, and they blow up. But that's for the demo. That's not the way it actually is. It's just demo hand-wavium magic. Just so you get to see stuff blow up.
Right when you guys are.
Alright, Joe.
The front end of the ship got caught.
Oh, there it is.
But then it popped out.
It's magic.
Isn't that cool? That's just cool.
Watch out.
Well, it's just a sync. It's a sync issue. It takes a second to sync it up.
Can't wait to get my hands on those. Me and the guys from the squadron will be out there, you know, exploring. A bunch of guys in the back pile out with their rifles blazing.
Okay. Ready? Let's do this.
Sweet.
It's behind us, by the way.
Backseat driver. Get some air. Woo. That's what I'm talking about. Why are you running straight at a rock?
Watch out for the rock.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
You know what? Next time, I'm driving.
Still got that GoFundMe page.
Obviously wrecking the distance
We don't
there.
talk about that. Besides, I've been practicing.
Okay, we don't need to speed run anymore, guys.
Running out first.
So we don't need to speed run anymore. We're back where we were.
Let's look out there.
Did you turn off the rover? All the lights went off. I'm out now. Could have waited.
They're equipping weapons. This is something that you're not supposed to be able to do, but they did it for the demo. Weapons don't just magically appear out of the air. But just for the demo, they wanted you to be able to, they wanted you to have weapons.
Alright, I'm ready.
I know, they are. They have a set
I'll
script.
scout ahead.
Nice gun.
Yeah, I need to get it repaired. But it still works.
They're not
Okay, you
actors.
take point.
These guys are
Hold on.
devs. They normally work on this game that, or playtest the game. They're not actors. So don't hold it against them. It's all volunteer
Alright,
work.
I'm checking this left side first.
What a mess. This looks recent.
Just wait for a facehugger to pop out. That's what I'm waiting for. Some kind of eight-limbed blob come at you with tentacles all over the place. I'd be running like a little girl. Ah! Oh my gosh.
Find it.
Found some burning engines.
Can you see the point?
Got some stairs here.
She's clearing the corners. Look left, look right.
All the sparks everywhere. I think I found it.
Here it is.
Oh, what do you know?
Sorry.
As soon as he picks it up, it disappears.
Do you want to take point?
I'll let you lead.
How about a gun?
It's fine, I'll watch your back.
If I get shot in the back.
It'll be an accident. They'll just respawn. Maybe.
Okay, so I'm going to advance this just a little bit.
Alright, I'm in. Don't forget to close the door.
It's closed.
Thanks.
You're very welcome.
Well done. Just let it over on our way.
Alright, John. We're on our way. Great.
By the way, when the camera's on you, it says you're looking off.
Cops.
You gotta remember, you're always prime time.
Hopefully.
That wasn't so hard. I say good fire. Get out of there. Enemy ships under attack. Under attack.
See where the ship just sits here and hovers? It shouldn't be doing that.
John, can you try taking up a little bit? Slow up the dash.
Ship's taking damage. My engine
Oops. Alright, well, guess they lost their ride. Glenn, you gonna call for help?
Line it up, line it up.
Don't have any visual.
Help me with driving.
Have we called for help?
That's a no.
Sayonara, sucker. Good time inbound.
You get them all, Glenn.
Hey guys, I think it's time to call for some help.
What was that noise? Glenn?
Hello there. Having a slight case of bad luck. We need help.
This guy's weakling. That's, bring it, man. I see you, man. I sent interceptors to your position.
Merci, Captain.
Sectors engaged. Yeah, we're coming for you, man. Don't worry about it.
Okay. rocks.
Just look at this guy. Where parking is. You guys are lucky. Look at it.
Looks like we took some damage.
They don't really have very good camera work right here. They kind of see a couple of cockpits that aren't looking at what you want to see.
You guys have ninjas?
Every now and then they'll get a good shot like this.
I mean, I'm not complaining.
But see how the camera's moving and it's getting off the picture? Get the camera back, you know, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
No, these are gladiators from the Idris, by the way. So, in order to shoot you.
There will be camera drones.
All right, let's bring it out.
They've actually showed that off. Some drones were in a nightclub floating around while people were dancing underneath. In-game. And then what the drones were filming was being televised up on the big screen. It was pretty cool. It was just kind of just showing you how they can do the in-game cameras. How the technology's there. They should just have spectator mode, you know, for the demo anyway.
Adjusting landing position.
This is kind of comical, actually. It's a big ship, though.
Hey, Melissa.
What?
Let me out. I want to get up to that thing.
Go on then. Just close the door on your way out.
Alright, open the way.
Picture from Rover and
So as you can see, the Idris is pretty large.
Adjusting position.
Good, but
So
not
it's
that
the
good.
first working capital ship that we've got in the game.
I'm disappointed.
Hey, Sam.
Right, like a security station in on a space station, watching the hallways and the doors, and yeah, that would be really cool.
go with Glenn's view as well. Please, Glenn's view.
Alright. Never done this before. Let's see how it goes.
That's not going to be good.
She fell through the ramp. Right now in this build, the ramps have some kind of vibration thing going on where stuff just falls through the ramp. They haven't got it fully physicalized yet or something, and so there's a lot of problems with the ramps for some reason. Well, I don't know about that.
Third time's the charm.
Communications between planets shouldn't be instantaneous.
Alright, let me line this up again.
Should be minutes, between planets, right? At the speed of light. Hey, Ninja, what's up?
Here we go. Almost. So much sand. Here we go. No.
She's destroyed. The wheels go rolling by. There's more wheels there than were on the thing. He's risking it. Oh, he's on it. And here he goes. He's made it.
Oh, but he's got one of them.
Fantastic. You get
Absolutely. There's actually a ship that's for reporting. One of the.
Just gonna put my name on like a card.
Yeah, and there's a bunch of guys that have a whole organization of just reporters that plan to report from in the game.
Glenn, you want to
Do
take
live
your
streaming
railgun
and
off?
stuff. And you can
Take
do
your
a.
railgun off and see the captain.
Yeah, you can like me right now. Instead of having my
All right, Rover, showing me on the bridge.
instead of having my camera, you know, right here, I could have my in-game character camera right there, and that could be my character. And even though I'm talking, my character in-game would be talking, so it would be just like somebody in-game live streaming. Or whatever. I don't know how we'll work it out.
Hello. Let's go get out of the atmosphere.
I'm actually streaming this on Twitch as well. I'm simulcasting right now on Twitch and
All right,
YouTube.
Dan. Join me in the bridge. We're clear for takeoff.
I have a lot more people here on YouTube watching the stream than I do on Twitch. I've only got like 2 people on Twitch. And they're being very quiet, not saying anything.
Get us out of Daymar.
Proximity alert. Head.
Okay, so we don't need to see this whole conversation that they're about to have. I'm gonna get forward just a little bit. Jumping forward a bit.
Make it so.
This is the bridge of the Idris,
Okay, this is really cool.
which is up there. Yeah, no worries. No worries. You're welcome to the stream, man.
Friends of yours?
Woo, look at
Find
that.
out.
Somebody's shooting at him.
Attention! Enemy Idris Captain. So far today, you have destroyed 2 of my ships, killed 2 of my men, and stole my black box. So, I'm going to give you exactly 1 chance. Either hand over the box, or I'll put a hole in the ship and scavenge through the wreck.
There's nothing there.
I call it bluff on that one. Can we talk about this? We already talked about it. You've got 1 option, and that's that. Well, I guess you're gonna have to come and get it then. I prefer that anyways. Let's get out there.
Game time.
Alright, Gary, get the light, please, and mind the turrets.
Heading down.
Come on, start the fight.
Scramble the fires. Time, ready to roll. I'll go on, power up. You're
That's
clear for
1.
takeoff.
That's 2. I'm closing the doors. Ooh, impact.
Like anyone else?
Advanced missiles. Boom. There's an outbound. Fighters? Okay. I think a fighter ran into the dude like a kamikaze. Boom! Only if they've got heavy ordnance. Probably not. Even if they've got... Now, there are bombers like the Gladiator. They carry torpedoes. So they're kind of like... They're kind of like an FA-18, you know, where it's a fighter, but it's also an attack bomber. So it will carry like a ship-destroying type missile. But, not so much. In this demo, they didn't have their shields activated. They didn't. There's no armor involved. It was basically just for the demo, just to show you what the explosion might look like. Super awesome. But they came out later and said that this whole fight went too fast because, you know, time constraints. Right. Other fighters to shoot down gladiators. So if you had a carrier, okay, think World War II, okay, because that's this game is kind of like mirror image of World War II. So a carrier carries fighters not to kill other carriers, but to defend their bombers and their torpedo bombers, or to kill other bombers or torpedo bombers, right? So your punch comes from your torpedo bombers or your dive bombers, where the fighters don't. I mean, they probably could have some bombs on them in World War II. Yeah, you could throw a few 100-pounders on there or whatever, but you're not really sinking anything. You might be damaging it, but you're not. Like, you could shoot a missile at that. You might even be able to knock out some turrets. If you're a good enough shot, you could probably blow up some turrets or knock off, you know, cause some damage to it. But you're not going to be able to blow it up. I don't think so. So yeah, the fighter's role would be to protect the carrier or to protect the ships, the carrier, the planes the carrier sends out to destroy other carriers. It's one or the other. Or scouts. But the Idris is not necessarily considered a carrier, even though it can hold a couple of half a dozen ships. Its main role is to escort other bigger ships. It's kind of like a... It's the smallest of the capital ships, basically. I mean, the Polaris and the Destroyer are bigger than the Idris. Exactly. You might be able to knock out a shield generator. You know, you can always kamikaze straight into the bridge. Just like a TIE fighter.
There you go.
I don't know. Or an X-Wing.
There we go.
No.
All right, we brought him home.
But yeah, think of
Okay,
Star Wars.
so-
I mean, you know, the X-Wing. Okay, that's the end of that. The X-Wing has what do you call it? Photon torpedoes. But yeah, that's but I don't think an X-Wing could take out a Super Star Destroyer. Do you think so? No. All right, guys. Well, I appreciate you guys coming out and checking out the stream. I've been up for a while. It's 2:30 in the morning here, and I'm getting ready to switch over and do something else, not on stream. So I appreciate you, and I'll be on again. I'm on Star Citizen at least 2 or 3 times a week, but I stream other games. Right now, I'm in the middle of an XCOM campaign. So if you like XCOM, come check that out as well. Oh, hey, Aaron. It was live a few weeks ago. No, I was just showing off to Night Spy. He wanted to know about NPCs and AI and see... because I'm actually communicating on 2 chats here. I've got the Twitch chat and the YouTube chat. So there you go. All right, guys. Well, thanks for coming out, and this is where you can find me. I don't know. You can't see it on you can't see my mouse pointer, but both names there. That's where you can find me on either Twitch or YouTube. It was live. That's right. All right. Well, again, everybody, you have a good night.